And in our ongoing coverage of the drought that has hit the northeastern region, we tell you tonight, mention Suguta Valley and fear immediately follows. For many Kenyans, it is not just a place on the map, but a name synonymous with bloodshed and ambushes. The memories of Baragoi and Kapedo killings remain painfully fresh in the minds of locals. Beyond the gunfire and the headlines, families have rather been torn apart by the drought, with some parents forced to flee to neighboring countries in search of pasture, leaving their children behind in school. Others never returned their lives claimed by conflict. And what remains is a generation growing up in the shadow of violence. KTN's Hamza Yusuf gained a rare access to the interior of Suguta Valley and now brings you this story from one of Kenya's most feared regions.
Our journey to assess the impact of drought in Suguta Valley, covering the area of Baringo and Kapedo, begins at 4 a.m. We are warned of danger posed by armed bandits along the road. Due to our resilience, we press on. In this dry and unforgiving road, being stopped by armed is not unusual. Many are simply desperate for water and food to survive. We arrived in Kamunga village, surrounded by barren hills. Here, residents are fighting two silent battles. The first is a severe drought that has stripped families of their livelihoods. The second is the fear of insecurity. As they search for alternative grazing area, they risk attacks from neighboring region of Kapedo and Baragoi. The village chief, Joseph Kamaro, recounts a horrifying ordeal. He tells us that the village was once attacked, leaving dozens of residents dead.
Wakikuja hata watumia walikuwa wamebomoa hapa mpaka akachoma kijiji hizi mpaka akauliwa. Mali tuko hapa saa hii aliuliwa watu wawili hapa. Kama uzuri serikali wangu alifanya vyema akanipatia bunduki. Hiyo ndio iliokoa hii kijiji. Kama hiyo ilikuwa imeanza kuchoma pande hiyo.
He's among pastoralists who have lost most of his livestock, but his greatest fear now is losing the few animals that remain.
Njia iko lakini hatari sana mambo ya wadui wetu ambao anatuzumba hapa. Wanyama wetu akiondoka saa hii tutabaki hapa na wasiwasi ya kwamba itarudi au haitarudi. Wakikuja tu wanachukua wanyama pamoja na wachungaji wote. So ile kitu wanaua. Hata saa hii wakati mimi niko hapa, mimi niko area hatari. Kitu ya kwanza ukifika hapa ni chief. Vijana watanatoroka na bagu tu chief na bagu tu mimi hapa.
A shortage of security officers has left this community living in constant anxiety, uncertain of what each new day may bring.
Bana hata inafika wakati mwingine hata karibu niseme kwamba ni lose hope kwamba acha niache kazi. Lakini uzuri wa serikali alifanya vyema, akanipatia ile bunduki ananichonga. Hiyo bunduki tu inasaidia wanyama pamoja na watu wangu.
A few kilometers from Kamunge, we reach Ngilwikia village. At the local primary school, the situation is heartbreaking. Children sit on bare floor to learn, without desks or chairs, and even more painfully, without books.
Utapata hawa wanafunzi sio wote ndio wanaleta hizo vitabu ya darasa. So inabidi mwalimu, inabidi mimi mpaka niende nitoe makaratasi, hiyo karatasi nyararua yangu ya kitabu ni wagaulie hawa. Ndipoza hiyo assignment leo, kazi ya leo ifanyike. So ni challenge kubwa sana.
Teacher Festus Ekidor says many parents have migrated far from home in search of pasture for their goats. Some of the children left behind are orphans, struggling to hold into their dreams amid drought and poverty.
Wengine watoto wengine hapa hawana wazazi. Watoto wengine hawana wazazi kabisa. Wengine waliuliwa, wengine labda ugonjwa. Ukiangalia status yao wengine hawana wazazi. You mostly wanaulizana hata kwa watoto. Wengine wanakaa kwa watu tu hivyo.
Yet even here, there's a glamour of hope. A convoy from the Kenya Red Cross Society has arrived to provide life-saving assistance to children and families affected by the crisis.
So in Mulikia village, we have particularly come to support the children, the school-going children, with the school feeding program using the koi, the soy and corn blend plus, the CSB for these school-going children. And you can see, because of the drought situation, every child has a tin, a cup or a plate in their hands. This basically means that they have not come particularly for the education, but for the meals that are being given at the school.
For children such as Ekitang and Naliaka, this support is a lifeline, and a promise of survival for another day. Orphans, drought victims, and families left with nothing. This is the harsh reality facing some communities in northern Kenya. Hamza Yusuf, KTN, Suguta Valley, Turkana.
You know, that story just definitely speaking to the government of the country to consider perhaps if those initiatives they have currently in addressing the drought situation in Northeastern are working. Indeed, a dire situation that we will keep following up for you. That's drought in the Northeastern region. Well, right now, let's take a quick break. And when we return, we'll take a look at more stories. Stay tuned. Ahead in this bulletin, police launch investigations after a 14-year-old girl was allegedly beaten to death by her mother in Emitic Village, Narok County.